Hey there, my name's Naira and today's postnatal yoga practice is all about the core. You might be thinking, what core? Totally normal, but I'm going to be right there with you and we are going to get strong again. So let's get onto all fours to start with some easy cat-cows just to mobilize the back. So you've got your hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, open through the chest, look forward. Exhale, draw the belly to the spine, relax the head, round the back. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, slight lift of the tailbone, opening through the heart space. Exhale, belly to spine, drop the tailbone, drop the head. Keeping the back long with every inhale. Keep going with this movement at your own pace, in time to your own breath. You might need to adjust the hands. And then when you're ready, coming back to a neutral spine. Great work. So starting with tiger pose, reach the left leg back, tuck the toe under. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, draw the belly to the spine and lift that left leg. Dropping the left hip so the hips are level. Engage through the left glute. Foot can be flexed or pointed. Feeling that work through the front core, the abdominals and the left glute. Reaching forward with the hand, reaching back with the foot. Keep breathing, looking at the mat, keeping the back of the neck long. Pulling the belly up towards the spine. And release, other side, reaching that right leg back, tuck the right toe under. Reach the left hand forward, inhale to prepare, exhale, draw the belly up towards the spine, lift that right leg. Again, foot can be flexed or pointed, push the mat away with the right hand, keeping the hips level, so you might need to drop the right hip slightly. Engage through the right glute, keep those fingers energized, look at the mat. Reach the right hand forward, reaching that left foot back, breathing here. Keeping the belly engaged, especially the lower belly. If you can, engage through the pelvic floor as well. Breathing here. And release. Let's do a similar movement, but with some motion this time. So you're going to keep the knee bent and you're going to inhale as you lift that left leg. Exhale, bringing the knee towards the nose, no need to touch. Inhale, lift, not arching through the spine as you lift that leg. We're concentrating the work through the glute. Inhale, engage that left glute. Exhale, knee towards nose. One more. This time, reach the foot back, the hand forward, and bring the right elbow towards the left knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, touch elbow to knee. One more. And back to all fours, other side. Inhale, engage the right glute with that knee bent. Raise the foot, exhale, knee towards nose. Keeping both hips pointing towards the floor so we're not lifting that right hip out to the side. Moving slowly so you feel the work through that glute. One more. And now straight leg and reach the arm forward. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Every time you exhale, making sure to really draw the belly towards the spine and rounding through the back on the exhale. One more. Make it as long as you can. And back to all fours. Fantastic work. You might be working up a sweat already. It's very hot here and I can definitely feel myself sweating a little bit already. Take a brick for this next pose. If you don't have a brick, that's fine, but it just helps you engage the pelvic floor a little bit more. The brick is between the thighs and we come on to our elbows. So the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders, palms against the floor. We're going to come into a forearm plank, but with our knees still on the floor. So you're squeezing the brick between your thighs. You're pushing the mat away with the forearms and the hands. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, belly to spine. Start to move the lower ribs, then the belly, and then the thighs away from the floor. Squeezing the brick between the thighs, pulling the belly up towards the spine. Breathing here, look at the mat. Not lifting the bum too high. You really want to feel that work in the abdominals. And release. We're going to do that twice more. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, belly to spine. Lift through the pelvic floor. Squeeze the brick. And lifting up, staying on the knees and the forearms. Looking at the mat. Breathing here. You might be trembling with the effort. That's absolutely fine. Feeling that work through the front of the body. And release one more time. Inhale to prepare. If you need a rest, take it of course, but otherwise come with me. Inhale, exhale, belly to spine. Squeeze the brick, lifting ribs, then belly, then thighs away from the mat. Look at the mat. Lifting the belly up, up, up. And release. Really great job. Push back onto the knees, take the brick away, and then come into a child's pose. Just briefly, bringing the toes together, widening the knees, walking the hands forward and placing the forehead on the mat. Then slowly walk the hands back towards the knees. We're going to work through the back muscles a little bit. When we talk about the core, a lot of people often think we're just talking about abdominal muscles, but the core has a front, back and sides, and it's basically everything from the bottom of the neck down to the tops of the thighs. So here again, we've got the elbows placed just underneath the shoulders. So just so you're getting into this position. Now widen the hands a little bit and you're going to place your forehead on the floor. Your hands, the palms are directly on the floor, tops of the feet touching the floor. They can be slightly apart, toes pointing outwards. So externally rotate through the legs. Forehead on the mat. Inhale, engage the glutes and just lift the chest using the back muscles. So you're not using your hands to support. You should be able to lift your hands off the floor without dropping down. Engage the glutes to protect the lower back. Eyes about a foot forward of the mat on the floor. Keep breathing. Engage the glutes. We're working the back muscles here. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, release. Inhale, Engage the glutes, and again, lifting the upper back, lifting the chest. We're coming into baby cobra. You should be able to lift the hands. That's how you can check that you're actually engaging the right muscles. Drawing the shoulder blades together, breathing here, keep the glutes engaged. And exhale, release. If you need to, for these moves, you can place a blanket underneath the front of the hips if you're feeling a little bit of pressure. Now just place the forehead on the hands, bring the toes together, drop the heels out to the side and just gently rock the hips from side to side to release a little bit. And then we come into the next pose. So placing the palms of the hands down on the mat, the arms are alongside the body. Forehead on the floor. This time inhale, engage the glutes, and again, lift the upper body. You can push the hands gently into the mat, just gently. You don't have to come up high. You just need to feel that work through the back, especially through the upper back. We don't want to be crunching in the lower back. So keep the glutes engaged, tuck the tailbone under, push the pubis into the floor, push the tops of the feet into the floor, and exhale, release. This time we're going to do the same pose, but lifting the arms and the legs off the floor. So forehead on the mat. And then inhale, engage the glutes, lift the arms and the legs, reach the shoulders away from the ears, glutes engaged, pull the belly up towards the spine, not letting the belly sink onto the mat. Breathe here, energy through the toes and fingertips. Breathe, inhale, lift once more. Exhale, release. Place the forehead on the hands, toes together, let the heels drop out to the sides and rock the pelvis from side to side. Great work. Let's come on to our backs. So coming onto your back, you've got your legs out straight. We're going to do single leg lifts. Very simple. Palms on the floor, flex both feet. With the inhale, you're going to lift the right leg, drawing the belly towards the spine. Exhale to lower. Keep that belly engaged. Make sure that you're drawing the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lower that left leg, moving really slowly. Inhale. And left leg. We're just going to do 5 on each side because we're doing a series of movements. We don't need to do a huge number of repetitions with each one because we're working the core in different ways with each pose. Inhale, belly to spine, keeping those abdominals strong. Exhale to lower. Great work. So now we're going to come into a variation of boat pose. Again, you've got your brick, you're going to put it between your thighs and you're coming up onto your elbows. So it might be easier to come up onto the elbows before you actually put the brick between your thighs. Squeezing the brick so you're pushing the elbows into the ground, and make sure that you're not sinking and rounding through the lower back like that. You want to be lifting up so you're really kind of positioned very, very lightly on your buttocks. You're also opening through the chest, pushing the elbows against the floor, squeezing the brick. Come up onto the tiptoes. Inhale to prepare. You can look up towards the ceiling or you can look towards your knees. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the brick, lifting the feet off the floor, keeping the chest lifted. not collapsing through the lower back. Breathing here, squeeze the brick, draw the belly to the spine. Just a few breaths here, you can do it. And release. Great job. We're going to do some really slow twists now. You can put the brick away, we're finished with that. So lifting the knees up and keeping the legs together, and then placing the hands either in cactus or reaching the hands straight out to either side. Inhale, exhale, draw the belly to the spine and really, really slowly drop the knees towards the right. So you're using your abdominal muscles to control this movement. Slowly, slowly, slowly. If you can touch the ground, do so. Go as far as you can, only as far as is comfortable for you. And on the inhale, you come back to the center, always keeping that belly drawn towards the spine. Exhale, dropping the legs down towards the left. Again, only go as far as you can. You do not have to touch the floor. Inhale back to center. And this time we're going to go again towards the right on the exhale. But this time, do go all the way down to the floor and then relax into a supine twist. So really just feel the knees heavy on the floor. Look towards the left arm. Keep the left shoulder in contact with the floor. This is just a nice, relaxing pose to reset our spine. And then on an inhale, bring the knees back to center. And exhale, dropping the knees to the left. Looking towards the right arm this time. Keeping the right shoulder in contact with the floor. If this felt really tough, either you just skip the posture, only do what you feel ready for, or you could keep your feet on the floor so there's a little less weight for the abdominals to carry. Inhale, belly to spine, bring the knees back to center, and then place one foot, then the other back on the mat. Final posture before relaxation. Push the palms of the hands into the floor. Your feet are hip width apart. And on an inhale, tuck the tailbone under. Lift the hips towards the sky. Exhale, lower upper back, middle, lower. So we're mobilizing here. Inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale to lower. This time we're going to lift and hold. Inhale, lift and hold. Pushing the feet and the shoulders into the mat. Look at the ceiling. Squeeze those glutes. Breathing here. Careful not to let the knees drop out to the side. You can do this with a brick between the thighs as well. That makes it a little more intense and helps you keep the legs nice and parallel. Exhale, lower down. In fact, I will take the brick. I said we were done with it, but it is an option to use it here. Squeeze it between the thighs. We're going to lift one more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, imprint the lower back into the mat. Then inhale, engage the glutes and lift high. Squeeze the brick. Breathing here. If you want to, you can interlace the fingers underneath the body, draw the shoulders closer together, getting a bit more of an opening through the chest, a bit more of a lift. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that brick. Lift through the pelvic floor, engage the glutes. And then release the hands if you had them joined and slowly lower down. Great work. Okay, put the brick to the side for real this time. And then take the knees, hug them towards the chest. And gently rocking from side to side. on your lower back, massaging through the lower back. You can close down the eyes, ready for the final relaxation. And then both legs straightened out on the mat, just lying on the mat, nothing to do, palms facing up, feet flop out to the side. Breathing here. Eyes closed, breathing through the nose as always. Taking this time to let our body absorb all the work we've just done. Cooling down the body and the mind. When you're ready, gently wiggling the fingers, the toes, rolling the wrists, the ankles. Maybe take a big stretch. And then again, drawing the knees towards the chest, rocking from side to side, rocking on to the right side in fetal position briefly. And then slowly lifting yourself back up to a seated position, legs crossed, grounding the sit bones onto the mat, bringing the hands together at heart center, roll the shoulders back. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And together we inhale through the nose and exhale for an Om. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and for all your hard work, and I'll see you in the next video.